Good evening. Twitch requires additional. Click here to grant access. Authorize. Streamlab desktop. There we go. How's everybody doing tonight? So apparently I'm trying to figure. Sorry, guys. This is new. I'm trying to go on TikTok. I'm trying to go on YouTube, and I'm also trying to go on Twitch all at the same time. So I've never been on Twitch before. Hey, what's going on, Sean? So I figure I would try some new stuff. Oh, okay, I see. So that's from hey, hey, hey. Got it. Okay, that's cool. So that would basically Sorry, I'm just trying to, like I said, I'm just trying to figure all this out really quick. Sorry, guys. All right, let's see what we got here. Hope everyone's doing good. I'll be honest with you, I needed a little therapy today, for sure. And I realized I just closed my window, so I just closed it on your end. Yeah, I needed a little therapy today, I'll be honest with you, so that's why I'm talking with you guys. Unfortunately, I'm trying to talk to my wife about this, like doing social media stuff full time, and it is not been an easy conversation. Let's just put it that way. So I'm struggling a little bit. Hey, what's going on, man? So I'm struggling a little bit with it. And honestly, the best therapy that I've ever had is you guys. So thank you. So, and I need to, I have a couple prints that I got to get on my printer. One of which is just got a Ghostbuster trailer hitch that I gotta get on. So I figured I'd get that done. And then I actually wanted to, I was going to try to take one of the spinner chains, and I was going to try to modify it. So I figured you guys could watch as I play around with that. So we could talk and do all that kind of stuff. So if you're new here, you can feel free to join my Patreon. It is available. It's patreon.com/TrendyTechDad. There's an amazing Discord in there, so feel free to join that if you are interested. Let's see here. I've just got to find the file. I have so many files that I don't even know which one I'm looking for. Nope, open as projects. No, I don't need to save that. Later. So this is my Ghostbuster trailer hitch cover. So I just need to get this on the printer. Do you take tutorial requests? Yes. So especially if you're part of my Patreon stuff, you can absolutely send a request. You can also DM me with ideas. I would love to. I can't always say that I'm going to get to those, but it keeps like the repertoire going. And if I come to a point where I don't have like the content that I'm looking for, I absolutely love to see the request. So shoot me a DM. Yeah. I have to pull one. I've seen that, but didn't print it. Let me know how it turns out. Oh, I've printed this one a lot. So the crazy part is though, as I tried to print it on the H2C last night, and it actually failed, and I was a little like not freaked out by that, but I was a little irritated by that. I got to be honest. So I'm gonna try it again here on the H2C, and basically I just want to change this around because I want everything to go out of the right extruder. And that was the other thing too. It was like it was switching between the both extruders, and I don't know why it didn't need to. So, but I am printing this in ABS. Like you can see, like on the screen, like it's going to take 5 hours, 5 hours, yeah. 5 hours, 33 minutes. There's no waste. The tower is only going to be 7.6 grams, 0.76 gram, which is amazing. This H2C has been just absolutely fantastic. Like, don't get me wrong, I've had a few like minor like why is this happening moments, but yeah, for the most part, it's been phenomenal. It's been fantastic. Oh, apparently I'm not doing it in that. I'm doing it in, hang on. I'm doing it in PETG, not ABS. What am I talking about? Let's see here. PETG. And we'll say synchronize later. Okay. Oh, I appreciate that, creative. I honestly I love doing this stuff. I want to do it full time. I really do. That is my goal. So let me throw some hyperlock on my build plate. It's got to find my hyperlock stuff. Don't know where there it is. I want to do this full time. That is ultimately my goal, is to do this full time. It's just going to take a lot. My wife did give me a number. She's like, if you can make 10 grand a month with your TikTok stuff and your streaming stuff, then you can do it full time. I'm about halfway there. Some months I'm there, some months I'm not. So I got to get there. So, and that's where, you guys can help out. I appreciate everybody who's already subscribed to, my Patreon stuff. And that's obviously helping. So, but it's a grind, right? So, I just started up my Facebook page, which you'd think Facebook, what is this, like 2005? But Facebook Reels does pay, so that's good. So I started that up. And then I've got my TikTok account, which I just hit 100,000 followers on there. So that's awesome. 100,672 to be exact. And then I've got my Patreon, which that's up to 120 paid subscribers, which is absolutely incredible. Which, thank you to anybody that's on there, which is just fantastic. But yeah, I'm really excited for the future, you know what I mean? Like in all this stuff. So, oh, hang on. My mother just texted me about a family friend who's in the hospital. So let me just read this really quick. False positive for flu B is okay. Well, I'm glad he's feeling better. Yes, Dr. Doom. So Dr. Doom is behind me. I need to start working on that even more. So let's pull up those files really quick and take a look and see where we need to go next. So that's a good segue. So hang on, let me close that up. So I have the file right here on my desktop because I didn't want to lose it, or I didn't want to full size Dr. Doom, STL, small cuts. And then I was working on his skirt. Now I just got to figure out which ones I I've already printed and which ones I haven't. So let's load this up here. Loading file. Let's get rid of the Ghostbuster. Okay. So, boop. So I'm pretty sure I don't have this piece done. No, I do have this piece done. So here's my problem. I didn't write down. So this is why 3D printing needs to be like super like you gotta get organized, especially when you're doing projects as large as this. So if you guys haven't seen, if you're new to my channel, I'll make myself a little bigger here. If you're new to my channel, I'm making, I got this. So I got Dr. Doom here. This is Dr. Doom. So this is his torso. Okay. So, you can see I've got Bondo glazing putty on him because I'm patching up his seams and stuff. But anyway, so this is my 7 foot tall Dr. Doom. Okay. And, yeah. So this is what I'm making. He's going to stand about 7 feet tall. It's not my original. This is not my STL file. I'm simply printing it and then I'm going to paint it because I'm actually going to put it at our local movie theater in town when the new Avengers movie comes out for people to take pictures with. So, and I'm doing that just because, I'm a nice person. So, but I'm not getting paid to do it, but this is my good buddy here. I've got this done. I've got his arms done. So I was working on his torso. Obviously his torso's done. I was working on his, geez, oh Pete. I was working on his skirt, but in the skirt pieces, you can see like I didn't label them when I printed them. So like you can see the image, that I'm got up here. I literally have to load up each one of these pieces and go, okay, do I actually have this piece or is this a different piece? And actually this is a different piece than what I have. So this I do need this piece. So let's go ahead and let's load up some gray filament into my H2S. And we are going to send this over to that. So let me get that loaded here. Unless I already have it loaded. Let's see. Nope. So pull this out. I don't think I have any gray. Oh, I do. Gray is right. That's PLA plus. Perfect. Perfect. I love these touchscreens on the newer Bamboo printers. I don't know if you guys have ever used them, but they are absolutely fantastic. PLA, gray, confirmed, done. Okay. So now that I have that loaded with the correct PLA, let's go ahead and slice it. Let's first change this though. From device, we're going to change it over to the H2S. And then we'll go, perfect. Now change that to PLA and let's slice. Let's check. I don't need I don't need 3 walls. And infill 10% gyroid. That's probably good. Probably could go a little less, to be honest. Let's go 8%. Unfortunately, a lot of these pieces are, honestly, they're just boring looking. So they're not fun to watch necessarily, like build. They're just, because it all comes together in that final form. And if you want to see what that final form will look like, I will show you here in just a second. So, but like again, this is just one piece and I've got a whole table full of pieces over here. I also just printed this for one of my clients. So they wanted a Lions, hitch cover. So just printed that for him. So, and then like I said, I've got the Ghostbusters one going on the printer right now. So that's good. All right. So let's see here. Preview. All right. So this is going to take 23 hours and 19 minutes. And this again is why I have 8 3D printers. because I can now start this print and I can still continue printing other things. But when doing like the Dr. Doom, you know, like with those larger projects, you know, those take a long time. So I can do multiple prints and I don't have to worry about, you know, sacrificing my other prints and my other projects. Cause you know, who wants to work on just one project at a time? That's not how my ADHD brain works. I have to be working on multiple things. Like that's just how my brain works. Okay, so that's going. So how is everybody else doing tonight? So how's everybody else doing? Yeah, I did get the H2C. Thank you, Jazzy. I mean, it's a really nice unit. It's definitely a little more finicky than I thought it would be. It's, yeah, it's a little more finicky. So it's not as like just plug and play and just walk away. Like I feel like I got to keep an eye on it, especially when it first starts. Otherwise, like I said, it can just be a little finicky. It does also have a very long setup time. What I mean by that is like the calibration and like when it gets up and running, all of those steps that it has, like it's definitely quite a bit longer of a process. And like I'll show you too, like the main screen here. I'll make it the entire size of the so you can see what I'm talking about. But you know, like having two AMSs hooked up to it, you know, is quite interesting. You know what I mean? Like, and then choosing the right filament and all that kind of stuff. So Hector on YouTube, you're asking like, what am I making? I am making a 7-foot tall Dr. Doom. In fact, I will show you really quick. Hang on. I should be able to. Let me browse. Hang on. I'll show you exactly what I'm making. Desktop. I just got to get the file here. Life-size Dr. Doom. Render. Now this is not my file. Just so you're aware. This is what I'm actually making. This is what it'll end up looking like. So if you're wondering. So that's just like one side of it, but that's the project. So it'll stand 7 feet tall. It is going to be really extremely heavy. That's for sure. Because the torso alone right now is really heavy. And all the pieces, if you're like, so tall wise, if you're wondering like how high or how big it's going to be comparatively to like a, you know, person, here's a good look for it. So it's going to be life size. This is done by Yosh Studios. So, yeah, the cape is being, yep, I'm going to print the cape and everything. And then I'm going to bond it all together. And then I'm going to paint it. So, and if you want to know all the pieces, this is the crazy part. So I can show you that too. So hang on. Browse. So if you thought that was crazy. So each one of these pieces that you see on the screen right now, those are one build plate. So you talk about like, oh, why do you have 8 printers? It's because in order to print what I want to print, every single one of those files takes up one print. And they're all about 23 to a day and a half print. Like they're going to take 23 hours plus for each one of them because of the amount of detail that goes into them. So how many rolls of filament? That's a great question. I have already gone through, I've already gone through at least 20 rolls just doing the, like I got the arms back over here on the floor and then the torso over there. So Torso is, so the torso is right there with his head. And then I've got the arms over here. So I've already used about 20 rolls of filament plus, and then, I mean, I've got probably 15 more rolls that I just got in the mail. Like for instance, here's five rolls that I just got, that I need to unbox. So it is nuts. It is. And I'm trying to like, I'm not doing the infill is not crazy. You know, I mean, I don't think, 8 to 7 to 8% is that bad. I think actually that's probably really conservative. I could easily go 10, 15%, especially. And I am going a little bit more on the, sorry, I stepped away from the camera for a second. I'm just going to need to grab something. I am going more thicker on some of the prints that I know that are going to be like towards the joints and stuff like that. Wow, this company really put a lot of tape on this. Oh, goodness. So yeah, it is. It's been kind of nuts, I'll be honest, but I'm stoked for it, and I think it's gonna be one of those, like, I figure it's gonna be like a signature piece. You know what I mean? It's gonna be that thing that people are gonna want to show up and take a picture with, and that's honestly what I'm really excited about. Is and then I'm probably going to end up like selling it or giving it away. I don't know. Like, that's a good question too. If anybody's going to ask that question, I don't, is the H2C worth it? That's a good question. Yes, I would absolutely say it is. Oh, geez, oh, Pete, my gosh. Elegoo, you did a fantastic job in shipping this so quickly, but man, oh man, thanks for, I mean, you basically shipped it in a black garbage bag made of, like, and enough tape to choke a horse. Honestly, I've had this filament sitting on the floor for I can't tell you how long. I just haven't had a chance to undo it. Oh, my goodness. Where did I find the file? Did you make do they make other life-size models? Yes, they do. Yosh Studios, and here's the deal, guys, like, Yosh doesn't really want us advertising that he's like got files like these, so that's why I just took it off the screen, because I don't want him to get in trouble, because he's doing stuff with some of these larger brands and stuff like that, but I don't want him getting in trouble, and I don't want to get in trouble, blah blah blah. You know how it goes. But yes, he does a lot of life-size Pokemon. I think this month in his Patreon, he's got a life-size Peacemaker in there. So he, like, every month there's a full-size print of some kind. So but I don't know if I don't know if I answered the question. H2C, yes, I believe that it is worth it. I think the H2C is one of those like units that it's the future of where these printers are going, and it's a first iteration, right? Like, so it's a first attempt, and it's a solid attempt. It's a great printer so far, and I don't even think it's tapped its potential. I think there's software updates coming. I think you're going to see a lot more updates that will allow you to use probably multiple tool heads, multiple sizes in a single 3D print. I mean, I made this the other day with it, right? And like, this came out almost perfect. Like, I'm really impressed by, and I just kind of set it and forget it. Like, and it did this multicolor print and there was zero waste. Like, that's impressive. If anybody has done, a 3D print, unfortunately the head did not, like, the head's here, by the way. I cut it off because the back didn't go right. So I was going to just reprint the head and then glue it on. But it's a Jack Skellington, if you didn't realize. So it's a Christmas diorama that I had found the file for on, I think it was on Maker World actually. So, but yeah, I mean, but again, I'm really impressed by this. Like that really, like again, just, I mean, even the skeleton hands turned out almost perfect. Like they even wrap around. Like, look at how good that came out. With very minimal scarring on the bottom too, where the supports were at. Like that's impressive. Yeah, do you know what a diorama is? So it's let me see if I can find the file. If I can let's see here. Apparently it's not in there. Hang on, online. Jack Skellington Christmas. Let's see here. Yeah, right here. Oh, hang on. Download and open. Okay, so this is the set. So here's your base. And then you've got Jack's torso. So this is the one that I printed. And again, that's how it came out, which I think is perfect. Now, what I did, though, is I increased the size. I put it at 150% when I did mine. So if I'm going to continue doing this, now what I need to do, though, is I need to cut his head off. Now, if you hold shift, no, not shift, control, one of these buttons. Yeah, if you hit control, you'll notice how, so see how your cut plane is right here? And you can see how these are sticking out. If you hold control and click, you can actually select those and it will not like cut that. So if I was to hit cut right now, it's only going to cut above. So just in case anybody like didn't know that, just a nice little, so for instance, if I was to move, say this like this, right, and move up, should be able to hit control and you'll see how it's no longer going to cut that. And I can basically tell it everything I want to cut and not cut very easily. So I just, some people just don't know that feature. So again, if I control and click that, and then I control and click over here. So now if I was to hit perform cut, you can see only the head got cut off and the body is not. But of course, when you do that, guess what happens? You lose all color, which sucks. So not a huge deal, but it is a little bit of a nuisance for sure, especially if you're trying to, color something, but we can go back in and we can paint it. Not a huge deal. So edge detection, we'll turn the smart fill down. We got to just find the magic. Could always just use this too if we need to. Honestly, I could do this for hours. So if this is at, let's see what 9 does. About 10. 10? Nope. Okay. So we'll go back to this then. Doesn't have to be perfect. Nobody's gonna see it. Oh, that's pretty good, to be honest. Why is this not going? Like I said, this part can definitely get a bit tedious if you I mean, if you suffer from like if you're an OCD type person, this can definitely become a brand new obsession for sure. Again, if you have to have everything perfect, which remember, you don't. It's okay to be okay to not be perfect. I think the most frustrating part is when you accidentally color something that you didn't want to. That would definitely be the only part that gets irritating, especially if you've just taken a bunch of time to like hold down your mouse button and just color in as much as you can. Nope, see, one too many. Undo that. Nope. Those, what I need to do is I need to come down here to edge detection and bring this back down. That way it won't grab large sections. There we go. Much better. Rob, I don't necessarily have experience. I'm not a 3D artist. I use 3D modeling or 3D like what am I trying to say? I use like artificial intelligence to do a lot of my stuff for me. So I don't necessarily have the I also honestly don't have the time to take on a project, unfortunately. Appreciate you asking, though. Yeah, that's always frustrating. I'm sorry you're going through that. Honestly, I never like to take on projects for people because again, I'm not an expert at this and I'm learning as I go. Now, if I've dialed something in and I know how to do it and I'm pretty proficient at it, then I'm good with that. Like I'll usually take on a project of some kind, but yeah. Could probably put just a little bit in his nose, right? Like just so you can like do you think I should do the because this person didn't do it, but like because like this one that I have like they didn't have anything in the nose, they didn't have anything in like the mouth, but doesn't it isn't his mouth like normally like black? Where do you go to do what you're doing? I'm in Bamboo Studio. So if you're new, I'm in Bamboo Studio and I'm painting um, this object or this 3D print. Like, I feel like, yeah, see, that just doesn't work, does it? It looks stupid. And if I like color inside these, I feel like that would just be too difficult to do. But I do feel like I feel like I need something. Yeah, maybe I'll leave it at that. Now, what I need to do, see, I should have done this beforehand. I didn't even think about it. I need to, so if I was to print this right now, let's just slice it and see what happens here. Because I have a feeling that the support structures alone are going to be, oh, they're not bad. I thought they'd be worse than that. But wow, 7 hours and 50 seconds. Okay, so let's do a comparison really quick. Okay, so anybody who understands, so this is currently so if I was to do this, the printer I have selected right now is just a Bamboo Lab P1S. Okay, so single extruder, 4 colors, right? I'm basically using 3 colors for this. 7 hours and 49 minutes for this single print. All right, and it's going to waste, so it's going to flush 95.59 grams as well as 17 grams on the tower. Okay, so it's quite a bit. It's a lot of waste, and it's going to change filament 219 times. So every time it changes filament, it's going to spit out waste, and that's where the 100 grams. So think about this: there are 1,000 grams, right, on a roll. So you are wasting 1/10 of that roll just in waste alone. Okay. So let's change over to the H2C. Okay. And let's see what that would look like. So the first thing it's going to ask, and you guys can't see the screen, but it asks me about the nozzle, which nozzles I want to use. And I'm just going to put, I want 0.4. So it's going to go ahead and it should automatically, I'm going to slice it. All right. So with the H2C, this is only going to take 2 hours and 21 minutes and supports, you'll notice that there is no, there's no flush. So the tower is a little bit more. The tower is going to have 19.54 grams. And I don't know if you can see this. The tower is pretty like wide. I don't necessarily know why they're so wide on the H2C. Probably because it needs to purge just a little bit more to make sure that the colors don't fade. The colors don't merge. But you just took 7.5 hours and you cut it down to 2.5 hours. That's 5 hours of savings. As a 3D printer, like if you're doing a business, that's huge. Because time is money when it comes to 3D printing. Please tell me if I'm wrong, right? Not enough time. Like not enough time in the world. So yes. So now the other part too, though. So this is under filament saver. Okay. So if I hover over the slicing program, it actually like asks you, you guys are not seeing on your end, but I can do custom mode, and I can slice under custom mode, and I can change like whether or not the extruders like are left and right. Now, if I was to put it all under one extruder, okay, you can see now it's showing 3 hours and 36 minutes. So, because remember, you have 2 extruders. You have the left and the right. Now, the left extruder is stationary, so that one has to purge. The right extruder is the one on the H2C that has the vortex system attached to it. In the vortex system, you can have up to 7 hot ends, right, that jump between those. So you don't have to purge. It basically just cuts the filament and then dislodges the filament head, right? And then it goes and grabs a new one, right? And then pushes the filament down. But this it's already primed with red or white or whatever the color is. So once it primes it, it basically keeps going back to that same tool head in order to use that for that color. So like right now, I'm assuming it's on white right now. So it's going to do the white, right? And then when it's done doing the white, it's going to go to the next color, and it's just going to go over and grab that extruder or grab that new head. You'll watch it here in just a second. It's going to go over and do that, and it's lightning fast, right? So it's going to change it like right now on screen. So you can see it literally just grab the new head, put the other head away, goes back over, and now it takes 8 seconds for it to reach temperature, which is just crazy, right? It's going to then purge out whatever. So it's going to switch to red right now. And then it's going to purge that, right? It's going to go ahead and use that filament tower, right, to make sure that the red comes out at a proper flow rate, right? So this is where it's auto flow rate, making sure that the flow is good. And then it's going to go back over and start printing, and it never had to purge that entire time. That's the Vortex system. So if you're basically like looking for a printer that's ahead of its time, Bamboo just changed the game with this printer. The H2C is incredible with what it can do. And yeah, like I'm here for it. Like I am so amazed by it. Now, again, if I could actually have cut down the time on this particular print, not by a lot, but by a little bit. Because what I could have done is I could have assigned, let's say the red or black or white to the left extruder. So that one's always primed, ready to go with that color. So if you were to do, let's say a 3D print, you could do 4 colors on the left side, or, you could do 4 colors on the right side. And then you could do a 5th color on the left, but you could use PET G for that side. So basically the left side would always be your support material, right? So you could do like a support layer, like a PET G interface layer, so that everything just kind of separates very quickly. And remember, we're doing a trailer hitch cover for this particular print on the H2C. And that it's a very rudimentary design. Like it puts down this, and then it's going to switch over to the black, and it's going to do 90% of this is done in black filament, right? So once you get that first layer done. So anyway, that's how this whole system, Vortex system works. And the H2C is, like I said, it's pretty incredible what it's capable of doing. And it's very much ahead of its time for sure. But like when I go to do the head, to fix the head, right, off of my Jack Skellington. Yeah. Now, the reason why I like Bamboo, the reason why I stick with, a lot of my Bamboo printers are Bamboo. Okay, I can't talk apparently. The reason why I like to stick with Bamboo is because I can work inside one program, right? So now, let's say I want to do the base for my Jack Skellington, which again, I'm going to need to make sure that I increase the scale here to 150%. But let's say I want to do the base of this. All I got to do is come over here and change my device. So let's say I want to put it on the P1S that I have over here. I choose P1S. I can see I should have white already loaded in it. And look at that. I do. Awesome. Because the base is white. And now I can come over here and I can choose my P1S. I can make sure that I change this to the white color already. And I can hit slice. And I don't have to jump between programs and all that kind of stuff. Now, I do have a K2 Pro. When I want to, use the K2 Pro, then I would be looking at changing out, programs and loading up, Creality Print. This particular model looks like there is some, I am going to have to do some supports on this. I want to make sure that my support settings are correct. So on my support settings, I always change the top distance and bottom distance to 2.75, sometimes 2.3, but 2.75 really allows for a clean break. And you don't have to worry about that. All right, so I'm going to get that going next. Anybody was wondering, I'm running on a MacBook Pro. And if anybody, hey, Be Kind, how you doing? So if anybody, I'm on a MacBook Pro. I'm on a MacBook Pro 16-inch. M3 Pro is the processor, and I'm running 32 gigs of RAM on it. And I'm not only doing what you're seeing on the screen, but I'm also running this live through the screen or through the same laptop. So it doesn't skip a beat. Like it is a fantastic computer and runs everything that I need it to run, which is great. I've also got a wireless microphone hooked up. I mean, it's the whole package. All right, so I'm just going to throw some hyperlock down, make sure there's no edges that come up. That's good there. So the Dr. Doom piece of the skirt is going well. Looks like Ghostbusters logo is going strong. I'm going to stick my hand in here for a second. There's just like this little, there we go. You're going to see my hand get chopped off. All right. Now the cameras on these printers, like the H2 series has a really good camera. The X1 Carbon and the P2S have an awesome camera. The P1S, the camera in the P1S and the A1s, those are terrible. Like they're just very like, like it's not a fluid camera that you're seeing. So. All right, so that's that. I only started doing this particular file. I saw it on Maker World, and I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. And honestly, I'm not even a huge fan of The Nightmare Before Christmas, but I thought it would look cool, like by our Christmas tree, to be honest. So that's where I thought, oh, okay, I'll try it out. So, a shameless plug really quick. If anybody wants to join, I do have a Patreon account that just went live. We're just about a week into it. It's just patreon.com/TrendyTechDad. If you like what you're seeing here, that's really what I do on the Patreon side is I'm doing long form tutorial videos. There's also a Discord. There's quite a few individuals from my Discord already in this live, which is awesome. So I appreciate all of you guys for coming along and being a part of this and watching me tonight. Appreciate that. The other part too, like the reason why I was like going live tonight and, wanted to talk to people was if I'm being vulnerable and all that good stuff. So I really, really, really don't want, so I lost my job, unfortunately. And, or I'm losing my job, I should say. As of December 16th, I will no longer have my current job. So, yeah, thank you, JD. I appreciate you. I'm working on more. So it's just takes a while. So anyway, lost my job. Would like to do this full time. That's my spiel, and can't do it without support. So looking for that support. If you guys wanna join, it's worth the $5 a month for the Discord alone, but the rest of it is the content that's coming. I just hit, I had 100,000 followers, which I just uploaded this STL on there. And I'm also working on the December Christmas membership card. So each month there's going to be a new membership card, the STL that you can print out. This month's was the very first one, but it's this one right here. So you actually print this off. It's a HughForge. So you actually can have you got your exclusive membership card that you can only get if you're part of the Patreon account. And yeah, I'm working on a Christmas themed one right now. we'll see how that turns out. But yeah, that's where we're at with that. So we got lots of fun stuff. I'm really excited about where this is all going. And yeah, if you guys have questions or 3D printing questions too, that was the other part. Is if the Discord and the Patreon side of it, if you have questions, it gives you closer access to me. I'm on the Discord. Like I was at work today, and I was on my Discord the entire day, just like answering questions and you know what I mean, like adding quick comments and talking to people. Yeah, so the Discord is huge. If you join the Patreon, you get a link in your email. It links you to the Discord. There is some amazing people in there. It's all about the community. We're building a community together. That's the biggest thing here. So it's all about community. So, all right, what else? Where am I going here? Oh, I know what I wanted to do next. So I wanted to work on, so someone asked me the other day about these spinner chains. So, and I'm going to use this Vikings one as a, later. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so, we'll do a Lions spinner chain. So there's a guy on MakerWorld who's made these. Yes, I do want to save that. Okay, so this is the lion. This is the file. Okay, pretty simple. But what I wanted to do was I wanted to basically make a generic version of this that I could easily, put my own logo into. So, and that's what I'm going to do here. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut off, I do have to print this one, by the way, but I'm going to cut off the Lions logo really quick. Perform cut. Let's get rid of that. And then over here, I'm going to use the cut tool and I'm going to cut off basically the top layer of this as well. Perform cut. Oh, let me do that one more time. Let's go back, perform cut. All right, there we go, perform cut. All right, and we're gonna delete that. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna save this file now. So file, save project as, we're gonna name this spinner chain dummy. Because I'm always going to be able to go back to this file now. I'll throw it in my Etsy folder and hit save. Because basically what I want to be able to do is I want to be able to now add in any logo I want to. Okay. So what I'm going to do is let me cancel. I'm going to show you guys how I would do this, essentially. Just so you guys know, I cannot see the chat at the moment. So if you're asking me a question, I'm not looking at it. So give me a second here. All right, Safari done to the top. And okay, so sorry, I want you to be able to see my web browser for a second. Okay. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go to Google. And I actually want to make a Red Wings because I'm a huge Red Wings fan. I live in Michigan. Okay. So we're going to go to Red Wings. We're going to go to images, not Red Wings shoes. Sorry. Oh, I can't type today. Detroit Red Wings. Okay. So let's go with, well, I do like the Centennial logo. Okay, so let's download the Centennial logo. So I'm going to download this image. Okay. So let's go ahead and hit save image to downloads. All right, so now we're going to go to ChatGPT. I'm going to select the image that I'm going to throw that in here. Remove the background from this photo. This may not work the first time, so ChatGPT is a work in progress. Sometimes this takes a few minutes. Yeah, this is exactly the type of videos that I'll end up doing in a long form. So what's nice about the live, though, is that I can take this whole live and I can post this on my Patreon account as well, which is kind of cool. But yes, this is exactly what my Patreon is. Okay, so I want to show you guys from start to finish how to do stuff like this. So yes, and honestly, I've been trying and I've been wanting to do a video like this for a while. Yeah. Yes, I will absolutely add this file to Patreon. That is the place where I would rather upload it to Patreon and let you guys get it than upload it to like MakerWorld. And again, like, why does it say woman portrait removal? That's really weird. Well, that did a terrible job, guys. Look at that. Terrible. All right, so we're going to try a different way. We're going to see if MakerWorld will just do it for us, okay? If not, I have another way of doing it. But, so if you go to MakerWorld, okay, and then we're going to Maker Lab, and we're actually going to go to the keychain maker. It's like my favorite area. Create a blank. We're going to browse. We're going to upload the photo. Okay, and then from here, we're going to wait till this. We're going to click remove background. The problem that I have with this is that it might identify the red on the inside of the image. It may, just realized my video capture is being hidden by, hang on. Hey, you can see me now. Okay, so the reason why, so you'll notice like up here, right? Sorry, I'm trying to like, so up here where it says keep background, that button that you see right there, that is, if I click this, you're going to see it's either going to work or it's going to take away the wrong things because the background matches the color on the inside of the 100. Okay, so I'm going to try it, click it, we'll see what happens. Score, it did exactly what I needed it to do. Okay, so we're golden. Okay, so we're going to click confirm. It's great. It's perfect. Perfect. Perfecto. We're going to click confirm. 4 colors. Perfect. Awesome. And you can see this is the image it gave me, which is exactly what I want. It's literally perfect. It's exactly what I want. Okay, so we're going to go back into that. I didn't mean to go back out. I want it flat anyway. So if we go to plates and thickness up in the corner up here, I'll make my my image here smaller. So we're going to want to, I want to face down mode. And then, yeah, default's good. So see how it put it on this side and that side? So it's the same all the way through. I actually don't want face down mode. I lied. So, because I don't need it that way. All right, we're going to click download. And we're going to download as a 3MF file. All right, so now that that's downloaded, we're going to go back to, that's not what I wanted, back to here. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to load up red in my my filament here. I lied. Back, Undo. No, that's not what I wanted. Okay, so back to white on this. Confirm. And we're going to change the blue filament to red. Okay. And then I'm going to go to File. I'm going to import 3MF file. And we're going to go to the Downloads folder. And hang on. By date added. We want by list. List form. Keychain draft. Import. Okay. Perfect. All right. So here is our file. Okay. Now remember, it's only taking the filament, that like coloring that we have here. Okay. So I'm actually going to delete this gray filament. That way the logo looks the correct way. And I need to flip it around. Okay. And I need to rotate it this way. That way when it prints, it'll print correctly, right, on the bottom. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to center this. So I'm going to right click. I'm going to hit center. I'm going to take this top piece and I'm going to hit center as well. Perfect. And then I'm going to drag these two and I'm going to merge them together. Merge. But you'll notice there's like this weird white spot in the middle. That's because when I merged them, they are merged like this. Okay. I need to take that top piece and I need to move it up slightly. Okay. But I also want to make the 100 thicker as well. Okay, so I'm actually going to go back back one step. I'm going to unmerge these two, okay? And I'm going to grab just the 100 logo. I'm going to scale it, and I'm going to increase the thickness of it. And we'll just say right there is good, okay? I'm also going to take this into my paint tool, okay? Because here's the reality. If I was to slice this right now and I was to send it to the printer, it would be red and white probably all the way through, which is going to cost me more filament and more time. And I want to cut down on time because I don't care about the middle of this. So I'm going to paint it essentially. So I'm going to choose white. I'm going to choose height range. I'm going to put height range at like 1.7, right? And you'll see this line, okay? I'm literally just going to kind of click a bunch all the way through the middle. And I'm going to get as close as I can to this, but I don't want to go too close to it because if I'm too close, the red won't come through as good, okay? But that should be good right there. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hit return now. All right, and now I'm going to click center again here. It's already center. Great. Oh, I lied. All right, so center, and then center on this one again. And then I'm going to merge the two. And now once I've merged the two, I want to select just that piece into my grouping, okay? Just this piece, and then I'm going to move it up. And watch what happens. If I just drag the blue just up a little bit, doesn't need to be, like I just need that because I do need there to be some clearance. So we'll say right about there is good. And what I can now do is I can actually grab all of that and I'm going to make the 100 just a little bit bigger. I don't want it too big, but I don't want it too small either because, you know, that's not fun. And I'm actually going to grab this. I'm going to move it because you'll notice like it's centered, but is it? No, I guess it is. Yeah, that's centered. Never mind. I lied. Okay. So this piece now is ready to print. So if I was to hit slice on this, okay, let's see how long this piece will take. Because I went a little bit larger on that logo, right? Because I'm the firm believer that if I can go big, right, with something, like that's the most important. And again, this is the kind of stuff that I'm going through on my Patreon account. But so this would only take 1 hour and 31 minutes now. And here's the cool part. If I move the slider down on the side and take you down by like layer, you'll notice when the red starts and when it stops. So I'm on layer 19, 9, 8, 7. So layer 1, layer 2 is where the red and white stops, and it goes back into one color the rest of the way. Now, what I would probably do in this circumstance is I would probably increase the strength to three walls. So that'll add a little bit of time, but that'll make it more structurally sound, especially with the combination of this centerpiece in here. You just want to make sure. So 1 hour, 38 minutes, not bad at all. Not bad at all. Okay, so now that I have my Red Wings logo, right? Now comes the harder part, okay? Because the way that this person had it before is the name went around the center, right? It said Detroit, it would say Detroit Red Wings, along the bottom. That's a little bit harder to do. It's not impossible, but it's a little harder to do. Now, I could take the text tool, okay, and I could, let's go back out here, undo again. Yeah, let me get rid of this. Okay, so let me choose that first. Okay, now, so I have the text tool, okay, and I can put text on this, and I can choose whatever, logo I want, or whatever font I want. But the way I look at it is, because you've got, and you also have your angle, okay, and you have your text gap. You also have boldness, and then you have skew, but you don't have, like, I wanted to see if it would do, but it won't. Okay, so it won't do that. Embedded, so if I do this, what does that do? Nothing. It's not what I want. Again, this is literally how I do things, guys. I literally I try different things. That's it. What is surround? Surround surface would mean that it would go around. I just want it on top. And then you can do it as part, you can do it as cut, or you can do it as modified. So part would mean that it's up top. Cut would mean that it would cut into the surface, right? So you have those different options. And again, you have size and you have input. What I was looking for is I wanted to see if it would do it as an arc, right? So it would follow around the edging. And it doesn't look like it has that ability in here. So we'll have to figure out how we want to do this. So let's just say I wanted to do the word Detroit. Well, I can't type today. Okay, so let's start there. It's always a pain in my butt. If I click off of it, I never know how to get back to editing. Maybe someone else can help me with that someday. So I just want to see if it'll let me. No, center, no, modify model. No, that's just the how detailed do you want it, essentially. Okay. So essentially what I feel like I would have to do is just make it smaller. But that doesn't look cool. It's okay if it would hang off the edge a little bit, but I still feel like, Make a cylinder and put the text on it. Yeah, I mean, but that won't solve what I'm looking to do. Because again, why wouldn't they put the ability to, because I mean, I could do that, change the font or change the color to white, and then I could do another word, and then down here oh my gosh, Red Wings. Oh, that's a good idea. One letter at a time. You're absolutely right. That is a good, and I could, yep. That would just be like super tedious. So I'm looking for more of a, like, how could I make this work? All of us backseat driving. Nick, that's good, man. Like that's why I'm doing this. If I really cared that much, like I would have done this by myself without you guys watching, right? But I guess I want you, full transparency. I'm not an expert at this. This is literally me trying to do this for the very first time ever. Like this is not, I am not the expert here. Hang on, let me center this and then use this down to there. And then again, I am okay, like center, and then again, move this back up. Okay, so, oh, you know what I could do? So Red Wings, I've got the logo in the middle, right? And then what you could do is you could like put your favorite number of whatever your favorite, like over here. So let's see. Okay. So let's say your favorite player is like Dylan Larkin, and so basically what you would do is 71, but then you'd come in here and find, because you can load up custom fonts now. Bamboo didn't let you do custom fonts before. So like for instance, here's a Jurassic Park font. You can now utilize those fonts if you want to, which is great. But I should have like a varsity font right there. 71. Perfect. So, and then you can increase the size, let's say 25. Now let's go more. Let's go 30. That might work. That's more of a soccer font, but you guys get the idea. Okay, and then now I'll do the same thing, change the filament to white. So, or you could put your favorite two players, right? One on each side. So 71 and, font squirrel and defont becomes your friend. Split words, then lay on face. Could you not do curved text in Tinkercad? No, I could. I'm trying to do it all in Bamboo Studio. So I don't want to have to bring this file into Tinkercad yet. I'm just trying to see what I can do inside of this program without using a Tinkercad style program. But no, you're absolutely right. You absolutely could bring this in, like bring this particular file into Tinkercad and utilize it that way. You're not wrong. It really is honestly easier if you can do things inside Bamboo Studio. In my opinion, it's always easier. So I will always choose to try to, as that person said, hack Bamboo Studio versus anything else. So, but now what I can do is I should be able to just do copy paste and move this over here now. Oh, I should have left that there. Hang on. Undo. And then move. And over to here. Okay. I still feel like I went too big with the 100. Because I feel like the 100 is going to cover up too much on the sides. So I feel like I need to come back over here and resize that down just a little bit. Okay. And then size, and we'll bring that back down just a hair. Where's that put me? I'll do 120. That works. Okay. So how long will this one take to print? Let's see here. If I'm on an X1 carbon, just 2 colors, 1 hour and 12 minutes, worth it. Okay, so I do want to look at my ironing settings really quick. So quality wise, yeah, Jersey is a good font. I mean, I can hang on. Isn't it 1001 fonts? I think is the. Speaking of the Red Wings, they just scored. So if I go here and go to Jersey. Apparently I can't type today. Oh, that's not what I want. I'm like, why is it not searching it? Joyzy. Okay, sports then. There we go. Retro sports. Sports modern. Oh, I just want Jersey. Come on. There we go. What if I typed in the word hockey? God, I love the internet so much. What if I typed in hockey numbers? Nope. How about just jersey number? Yeah, I don't like that. No, I'm going to leave it where it's at. I'm just going to leave it where it's at. Okay, so let me just make sure that my ironing settings are turned on. So I want a top surface. And we're going to do ironing speed. Do 20 with a 15% flow. That'll add some time to the print. Nothing too bad though. Yep, 2 hours and 8 minutes total. I don't know how those are going to turn out with how thin that is, but we're gonna go with it. The only other thing I could potentially do is I could change. Just trying to think of. So what would it look like if I took. If I took these and instead of made them sticking out, what if I made them as cuts? How would that look? And I could technically still cut. So what does that look like? Okay. And then let's go back to here. Let's click there. And let's see. Edge detection. Oh, but it's not showing it. Weird. So it doesn't see the cut in it all. Okay. Yeah, I don't like the way that looks. All right. See, it's all about just trying things out. All right, we're gonna slice her up. We're gonna send it to the printer. I already have the right colors. Sweet. That makes it 10 times easier. So we got to change our printer to the X1 carbon, and I'm pretty sure. Go. Oh, you know what though? I can't do it on the X1 carbon. I gotta do it on the P1S. My X1 carbon it's not down at the moment. I'm utilizing the AMS on the other printer. I mean, it's not hooked up right now, so it's not like I care about it at the moment, but It would just make it harder. So I'll just do it on my, it's easier just to change it up. Okay, we're going to do this in Pet G. I don't know why. It's just the colors I have. Seriously? Okay, hang on. Might need to find a different... Do I not have another white Pet G around here? This is, honestly, this is half the battle sometimes, is just finding my filament. Because I take it out and I, do stuff with it other places. And then I am like, oh, I'll remember I put it over there. Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember where I put my stuff. Anybody else go through that? Or am I just the crazy person? Well, I guess I will be... No, I don't want to do a new one. Crap. Crap, crappity, crap, crap, crap. All right, well, I guess I am using that. I'll just cut it. It's fine. It's fine. We're fine. It's fine. Okay. I've got that loaded. Let's go back to my devices. So this is actually my P1S2 because I have two of them. So I actually name them differently. All right. And Pet G Red is loaded. Pet G White is reading the RFID because I am using bamboo. Perfect. Read those perfectly. And I'm going to change this now. And slice. And print. And send. Let me throw some hyperlock down really quick. Awesome. Good news. The Ghostbuster trailer hitch cover is coming along swimmingly. It's doing a really good job. It has officially moved over to the black, and that is where it will stay from now on. So there's no more filament changes coming. And it can do the rest of that print. So when looking at a P1S, so like you can see the camera, that bed is lifting right now, and you can see it's going, like the video is like delayed. That is the camera on a P1S. But an H2C, for instance, or an H2S, or even the X1 Carbon, it is a live feed. Like it is, you are looking at it pretty much in real time. It is awesome. So... you're trying to you print with Pet G and it seems to print spaghetti. Any help? Like you're talking spaghetti as in like stringing, like it's got a stringy, like a string material. What material do you use for a hitch cover? I will use either ABS or Pet G for my hitch covers. It depends on where it's being used. If it's in really hot climates, I'm going to use more ABS. Oh, I know. I agree. There technically is, if you think about it, all you have to do is buy a Wise camera, stick it on the window, like, and the front glass, and you've got an updated camera, or put it on the top and aim it directly down into the lid. So, hey, what's up? How's it going? I don't know if I would do exclusive Pet G, but I mean, the Pet G High Flow, from like Bamboo is like, it is stellar. It is fantastic. It's one of my favorites. Make myself a little bigger here so you guys can actually see me. And I'll show you guys my H2S. So I'm printing another piece of the Dr. Doom. So you can see where it's at. It's a very not exciting print. That's just the way I will. So, well, Mitch, there is a way for you to message me if you're on my Discord. So patreon.com/TrendyTechDad. It's $5 a month. You can direct message me. We can chat. Yeah. So do you print indoors with ABS? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Honestly, Nick, I'm not concerned about the fumes. It's not that bad. It doesn't last for very long. Like I've printed on 3 printers at the same time with ABS. I've had no issues. So, but that's just me. I'm just not worried about it. So, what's going on, Sparks? Oh, I agree. Like leaps and bounds better. It's fantastic comparatively. Sounds good, Nick. If you're getting stringing or like spaghetti or whatnot with PETG, like you probably need to dry it. You probably need your filament dryer to be turned on. Dry it for a couple hours. Don't be afraid of drying your filament. Like I've got my Sunlu filament dryer going on my AMS right now, with my on my AMS 1. All of my prints look good. This is great. God, I love when prints are just. I love when everything just works. Does anybody else feel that way when they're 3D printing? Like when things just work, it feels so good. It feels just so good. So good. Okay, so now that we've got that done, I want to go back over to. I want to actually bring up, for anybody out there that uses Creality. Let's talk about Creality for a minute. Instead of Bamboo, okay. I love it. P2S has been a workhorse. Yeah. Okay. So hang on. God, my freaking camera is always where I like need to be. Hang on. Add a new source. We're going to do another window capture. We're going to add new. No, that's not what I wanted. Come on. Sorry, guys. Hang on. What in the world is going on? Oh, that's not what I want. No. Oh my goodness. Okay, so it is that one. Okay, so let's see here. Safari, Streamlabs, no, not that one. Sorry guys, trying to find. I have the K2 Pro, and I love it. I think it's a great printer. It really is. I was skeptical for sure. Wasn't sure I was going to like it as much, but I actually really, really, really like it. Why in the world can't I find... Is it because it's called Let me throw a file in here. Hang on, guys. I'm sorry. For some reason, the Creality program just doesn't want to show up in my list of things that I can share with you. I don't know why, but that's just what's happening. Okay, so now... Ah, there it is. skirt. No, that's not it. Okay. There it is. Got it. Finally. Okay. Yay. Yay. Okay. This is Creality. Now, Creality is very similar to Bamboo Studio. It's just like opposite. So it's like opposite day. It's legitimately like you have your printer up here. So you choose your printer. Like I have the Creality High and the K2 Pro. So you choose your printer up here. And then over here, you've got this little sidebar, right? Where you have quality, and then you have strength, and then you have speed, and you have supports, and you have multi-filament, and then you've got other. Exactly the same things that you have on the Bamboo side. So it's literally all you have to do is like figure that part out, and you can use a Creality printer. Okay. So I already have this. Let me check this one. Literally just drag and dropping some of these files on here. Actually, what I want to do is I've got red and green already on it. And you know what I found? I found a Grinch trailer hitch cover on MakerWorld, and I wanted to print that. So let's go ahead and go over to makerworld.com really quick. I'm going to grab that file, and we're going to load it up here and see what it looks like, and go from there. I apologize if I'm not like answering any questions. I don't have the chat up in front of me because I've got 14 different windows open right now. So, Grinch trailer hitch. You're a mean one, Mr. Grinch. Do. You really are a heel. Okay, download. Perfect. Okay, now that's downloaded. Drag and drop. Okay. I want the K2 Pro. Beautiful. Awesome. Sauce. Why are you dumb? Okay. Whoever did this file is an idiot. Sorry, that's terrible to say. I'm sorry. All right, so I would not print this file like this, especially this over here. So this piece needs to be reorientated, okay? So don't be this person, okay? Oh my God, okay. First of all, you would need supports because of how this is orientated. Why would that be the case? So silly. Okay, so we're gonna rotate this. Okay, you'd want to do that. Okay, that's simple. It's as simple as that. It is as simple as that. And this right here, though, honestly, that piece can be black. So I would actually add a whole nother build plate to this, and I would separate these two, and I would make this black. So let's add another filament in here. Let's change the color to black. Perfect. Right click, just like you would in Bamboo Studio, and change the filament to black. It's as easy as that. But I'm going to start with the red, because I think, yeah, I have red. Well, hang on. I got to double check my colors here really quick. Hang on. Yeah, patreon.com/TrendyTechDad. The Patreon is $5 a month. So it gets you access to the Discord, and everybody you're talking to, all of these amazing people, they're fantastic, and they're all part of that. and they're all collaborating together in one centralized location and helping each other out. And it is beautiful to watch. I got to tell you, you guys rock, by the way. Thank you again. Yeah. And, yeah, so I just got to go. I'm going to go over here really quick. I'm going to check on which red I have, because if it's ABS, that's perfect. So give me a second. Because if it's a trailer hitch, I want it in ABS anyway. Oh no, it's PETG. That's where that works too. I'll do PETG. We're good with that. Is it PETG? Let me do the filament. Yeah, red PETG. Perfect. Let me throw some hyperlock down really quick. In the middle. We could also start with, technically I could start with the Grinch hand. Yep, I got green. All right, so this is where it is a little more difficult in my opinion, because in order to like load up the CFS here, you have to tell it like which filament. And if you don't have it, like sometimes I had to go over to like over here to devices, and then I had to like get to the detail page, which is here. And this is where you can tell it like which color is which, but like these aren't correct right now. So like here, this is PETG, but color wise, this is actually green. So we'll hit OK, and reset that. And technically this side, this one's green too, but I want this like, I want the second slot. So now if I go back to preview here, if you click up here, I should be able to choose that for the green and then this one for the red. So, but I am going to start with the red, I think. Yeah, we'll start with the red. No, I want to do green. I want to start with the hand. The hand's the fun part. Let's take a look at the... Is there any support? No, they don't have any supports. That's hilarious. They probably do in the bamboo side, but... so again, Z distance... 0.275 is my default. I like to go with. I do like tree supports. It depends though. Normal supports work good. Threshold angle, 25%, usually about good. Let's go ahead and slice this though and see what it looks like. Now remember, this is going to be hanging off the back of a car. So I'm going to make sure the walls are a little bit higher, and I'm going to do a 20% infill on this piece because it's going to hang off a car pretty far, and I'm going to increase the density of that infill more for structural support. So it's like about 5 hours, which that's fine. That works. The only other thing that I'm probably going to do is I'm going to go back to prepare. I'm going to go to the variable layer height, and I'm going to turn the quality up just a hair and the smoothness over a hair, and I'm going to hit apply and hit apply once, just one time. It's just going to give it a little bit more polished of a look. It's going to add some time to the print, not a big deal. It's just going to be a little bit more polished. Awesome. Okay, so now that we got that done, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit send to print. You can see well, you guys can't see it, unfortunately. It doesn't show you the window, but trust me, it's just confirming the color. But Creality does do this. Please make sure that there is no models on the print platform. Otherwise, it will cause fatal damage when starting up. Hit OK. It's going to send it to the printer. And then I'll bring up the camera so you can see the start process. So sorry, I have not been looking at the yeah. So patreon.com/TrendyTechDad. Patreon.com/TrendyTechDad. Unfortunately, I can't share the link in this as well. But if you go to my profile on TikTok, click on my face, it's linked right there at the top now. So it's linked right there. Okay. So, all right, so there's the live broadcast. You can see that. I did realize that it has, oh, that was weird. That's weird. That's new. Apparently you can do a live broadcast. Can I make it larger? Show media statistics. Oh, interesting. Okay. Okay, I don't need you to show me media statistics anymore. That's one thing, the Creality I've noticed is that there's just usually like a little bit of filament left over from the last print. I don't know why, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Like, just pull it off. Okay. All right, D-Butter. Have a good night. Talk to you later. Appreciate you guys. You guys have been great, as always. So anyway, this is the Creality. Like, if you've ever like thought about, you're like, oh no, I've got Bamboo printers. I don't think I could do the whole, like different printers and all that kind of stuff. It's the same. If you know how to use Bamboo, like it is very, very similar to Bamboo. There's just a few, like it's just, things are just in a different spot, but it's very, very, very similar. I would tell you that if you can use a Bamboo printer, you can absolutely use this printer. No hesitation whatsoever. Would there be a learning curve? Yeah, for like a half a second. I think it is. I have two of the H2 series. I have the H2C and the H2S. I love them. I think they're fantastic. Honestly, if I was to make a choice right now, I'd hate to say this. I would probably sell both of my P1Ss and then buy an H2D just to have it. But I probably won't. Oh, thanks. I appreciate you. Bye, Nick. Have a good one. Lord Vader. Yeah, perfect. So we are starting a 3D business and I need to print, okay? What's one of the fastest printers? Honestly, you don't necessarily want the fastest. You want the most reliable, if you ask me. If you want speed, you want more than, you want to buy a bunch of printers. That's your speed. Right now, the H2C, though, is going to cut down on a lot of that, of your time frame, I guess, of your stuff. So, but at the same time, it's a very brand new printer. It's got some glitches for sure. So you got to be wary of that. But it's about having more than one printer. It's about having multiple printers if you need something for fast. Like right now, like I've got 8 different printers at my disposal. So like I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5 of them going right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 5. Yeah, 5 of them going, and they're all working on different projects. Yeah, the P1S is good. If you're looking for multi-print, though, I mean, the H2C would probably be your best bet if you're doing name tags. That's got the Vortex system in it, so it allows you to have up to basically 7 extruders or 7 heads for one print, essentially, and less waste. Yep. It's weird to say like they run a farm in the back, just because I don't know, like it either sounds like you're talking about an actual farm or it sounds like you're talking about some kind of like drug ring. Oh, they got a farm in the back. They're farming it. Yeah, I've never used a Perusa. I would, man, if I could get a hold of them and like figure out if they could ever like send me a free printer, man, I'll tell you what. So the names of these pieces are in the side and causes the prints to go from 5 hours to 18 hours. Yeah. Well, if you're printing something like on the side of, like, can you reorientate? Like, can you reorient the, like, I'll give you, for instance, let me see here. Let me see if I can, hang on. Signs, light box, straw topper, magnet. Okay. I'm going to give you a for instance. Okay. So let's take this Do It Lady keychain that I made. Okay. If anybody knows chit. Okay. So let's say I print it this way, laying down. The color changes would be literally one, and then it changed one time to the next, and then one time again for the top layer. If I slice this right now, the time on this is 50 minutes. That's it, 50 minutes. Okay. If I change the orientation though, let's say I change it and I do it, I don't know why I would do it this way, but let's say I did it while I was standing up. That same print now, I did not change anything. All I changed was the orientation. If I slice this now, number one, it's going to need a lot more. But this now would take 12 hours to make. You have to figure out how to reorientate your items and print them in a different way so you don't have to print that way. You would have to print the other way. Does that make sense? So think about it as layers, right? Because that's what you're doing, is you're printing on layers. But this is just a good example because it has to change filament on every layer, every pass. Every single pass that you see here, it has to change its filament 2 different times for every pass. Number one, the amount of filament and waste that you would have, it would be crazy. Correct, Travis. The H2C would cut your waste down significantly. But again, this is just give me a second here. I'm gonna get rid of that for a second. Let me bring back up bamboo. Apparently I don't know what I'm doing. Hang on. Close this. Don't need that window. Bamboo. Okay. So if I load up, first of all, let me file, save project as, hang on, I just gotta save, this is Red Wings spinner file. Spinner chain, save. Okay, so now that that's saved, let me open up a new project. And I'm going to go back to, here's my Do It Lady sign again later. Okay, so here's the same thing. And again, let's load it up on the H2C. Okay. So if I was to slice this just as is right now, you're looking at 1 hour and 22 minutes. Okay. If I was to, and 0 waste, by the way, 0 waste, no purging. If I come back this way and I reorientate this the way that I did it on the other one and I hit slice, it's still going to be a long time, by the way. 7 hours. So the other printer was 12 hours. Doing it this way cuts down from 12 hours to 7 hours. And again, 0 waste though. Again, why in the hell would you do it this way? It makes no sense. So you've got to do some like that auto, lay it on the bed, that same print, filament now, like, and even if I didn't use all 3 of my, or all 2 of the extruders. Oh man. So this is the glitches that I talk about. So I hate the bamboo just glitched and it froze basically. So now I have to force quit. And I don't know which bamboo I've opened, so hang on. Force quit. There it goes. And then force quit that one for the heck of it. Okay. And I'll go back to Creality. So anyway, that's so I apologize. I have not looked at the chat since I started like talking about this, but hopefully that helps a little bit. Yeah, I'm trying to get back to my live information because apparently I closed that window and now I'll have to do it on here. It is a memory hog. It really is a memory hog. Especially when you're slicing, like you'll watch. When you watch the wow, that was a long yawn. Sorry. Oh my God, it's only 9:50. That's hilarious.
Suck my.
Whoa. That's why you can never launch TikTok and like I feel like you're always just gonna like some random sounds coming across. I am live. I don't need to go live. I am live. Well, whatever. I'll just use it off the phone. Not a big deal. So the P2S, I think the P2S is a great model. I think that it basically is going to replace. I mean, it's already replacing the X1 Carbon. So I think it's a fantastic model. It's one of those like. I feel like they could have done just a little bit more with it. So what I mean by that is you've got the X1 Carbon, you got the P1S, right? So why did you make the same printer again with the same build size? I feel like what they should have done is they should have made the P2S and they should have gone up to like a 300 by 300 by 300 build volume. It's not as big as an H2. It's a little bit bigger than the X1, and it would give a reason for an X1 person to essentially upgrade. Like right now, I have an X1 and I have a P1S. There's just no reason for me to upgrade. It would give them a reason to upgrade, and I think that would be the more important role. I'm not a huge fan of Orca Slicer, to be honest with you. I know Orca is basically Bamboo Studio. Bamboo Studio. I'm really confused. Sorry. Something came across my phone and I was just confused. Anyway, yeah, I don't know why. Like Orca's just like a very basic version of Bamboo Studio. I like Bamboo Studio. I learned in Bamboo Studio. I started in Bamboo Studio, so that probably has something to do with it. But for the most part, yeah. So that's what I got for you. Yes, I 100% think it's very much worth it to buy the P1S. I really do. Oh, that's why I'm telling you that it's good. Like the price range right now on a P1S, like you can't beat the price. If you're looking to get into 3D printing and you're going to run a farm or you're going to, like you could buy for the price of just one of the H2Cs, you could buy 4 P1Ss and you could like start mass producing stuff. Especially if you're doing like a stationary one. I'm using some weird ass words today. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a long day. I worked all day today. I work all day tomorrow. We got a snowstorm coming in tonight. It's just been, but I'm going to do a test print on this spinner chain. And then once I get that done, I will, if as long as it comes out good, I'll do a video on it. And then I will launch that on my Patreon. And you will be able to download that STL file. And then what I'll also do is I'll upload the dummy file so that you guys can customize your own. So, and again, that's what the Patreon's there for, is that I want to be able to show you guys exactly how to do things from start to finish. It allows me to do longer formed videos because TikTok limited me to that 10 minutes. And I just can't do some of the files, some of the things I want to do within 10 minutes. I'm not going to stop doing things on TikTok. TikTok's a great place to do live streaming. Obviously, that's what I'm doing right now. But ultimately, it's also a great place for me to do the free stuff, right? Talk about what I'm doing on the Patreon side. The Discord, though, let me talk about the Discord really quick, and I can actually share like the Discord with you guys so you can actually see what it looks like. But the only way you can get access to the Discord, just so you're aware, is by subscribing to the Patreon. The Patreon account is just patreon.com/TrendyTechDad. It's $5 a month. You get you full access to the Discord, and it is very much worth the $5. Discord is not cheap. It is not free. So that's why, there is the $5 helps cover the cost of that on my end. But it also, this is what I want to do. I want to do this from now on. Like, this is my goal, is to do this full time. Scares the crap out of my wife. And she's very nervous that I'm like going to make some kind of weird, like midlife crisis or something. I don't know. Yeah, she's right there, by the way. She thinks I'm having some kind of midlife crisis because I'm losing my job. And I want to do this full time. And I need to be able to make it a full-time thing. So that's where this comes in. Okay. So, God, why are you still standing there in the shadows? So if you want to be part of my TikTok life, you have to be willing to be on camera. So, okay. So this is the Patreon, guys. So I kind of want to just go through it really quick. Yes. No, I'm talking to, I've got like, I don't even know how many people. Yeah. Well, no, you and I are fighting still. So oh yeah, we are. We're fighting full on fighting. Oh, thanks. I appreciate you. No, I think I'm okay. Well, no. Yeah, I want a McDonald's Coke, but that's not going to happen. Is it snowing outside? No? Okay, that's good. That's good to know. So, no, I think it's going to, I don't think so. I think downstate probably, but no, I think, yeah. Anyway, all right. So, okay, so here's the Patreon. So, yeah, I'm good. Thank you. So anyway, so here's your welcome page, announcements, and then you can introduce yourself to the group. You can see there's a lots of stuff going on in here. And then you've got your daily Wordle. The Wordle is nice because it just keeps everybody kind of engaged. I haven't played Wordle and I can't tell you how long, and I started doing it again, and it's just nice. Okay, so then we've got this is just a little intro for myself. I'm going to expand on this. You guys are going to learn more about me and my family. And then, of course, my TikTok. So anytime I do a TikTok video, plus anytime I go live, you get alerted. Current projects, what I'm working on. So I've got a Dr. Doom update in here. Behind the magic, this is my first post in here. You get to see my setup. That's what you're seeing here. I actually cleaned my desk after posting this yesterday. And I just wanted to say, like, I looked at it and I was like, my God, I'm an unorganized ADHD individual. Then you've got printer talk. So if you have questions about printers, slicing tips, the Let's Chat area is lit. Like, this is where everyone is just talking about everything to do with 3D printing, which is great. And then you get your filament chat. Anytime you've got Black Friday deals, you get good deals on different filament. You've got my link to new makers in here if you want to get your 10% off, right? And then you got your troubleshooting, and then you got print profiles, and that's pretty much your print and tech support area. The next area is under showcases and community. Member prints, one of my favorite areas. So this is everybody's basically this is what they're printing, and they can ask questions about it. They can show what they designed and then what the final product is. So I absolutely love this area so much. In fact, just earlier today, so we had like this guy here, like basically he's like, hey, like I'm printing it, but it didn't do the filament switch. Asked a couple questions, and then he said, hey, it turned out the way I needed it to. This was the final product. 3D print time lapse. I love this area. I started this just the other day. Basically, you can come in here and you can upload your time-lapse videos for all of your 3D prints. I just love time-lapse videos personally. They are just amazing. So that's a nice little area. Flex your setup, one of my favorite areas. I love looking at other people's areas and how organized people are comparatively to me. So like, take a look at this guy, like 2 printers going. He's got an AMS system on over here in the middle. So because now like I love this. He's got an Ender, it looks like, and then he's got a bamboo printer, which probably puts the Ender to shame. And then you got this guy. Look at this setup. Look at how beautiful this is. Look how organized it is. I am jealous. Do you see behind me? You see how unorganized I am with everything on the floor? Oh my God. This guy puts me to shame. All right, alpha perks. So we launched a part of the alpha perk is you get a membership card that is a HueForge. This is your exclusive membership card that you get to print out, and then you get to print it out in your own colors and all that kind of stuff. Now, this is cool because you're going to have a new membership card every month. I am going to be working on the December one as we are coming up to the end of the month tomorrow. So you're going to have a brand new membership card to print just starting next week, which is going to be really cool. And then, of course, like we just hit 100,000 followers on TikTok. So I printed this, and then I also uploaded the file. So if you guys wanted to print one as well, you absolutely can. But those are some of the alpha perks that you get. Print fails, another really fun area. I love to see like fails and then how'd you fix it, right? Well, let's talk about it. Maybe you need help with something. Again, this is all about helping each other out. This is a community of people. Okay, so the Discord is awesome. It is $5 a month. You access it through my Patreon. It's patreon.com/TrendyTechDad. I also just launched my page on Facebook as well because I'm going to start uploading some of my things to Reels just to kind of get it out there a little bit more. And then, of course, you've got 3D file requests. We're also going to be adding a couple other areas. I just haven't gotten a chance to add them. Number one, we're going to do like a focus on an artist either a month or even a couple, whenever we have maybe a lull, but focusing on different artists out there on Maker World, cults, things. I'm going to do a question and answers. You can join the Discord by going to patreon.com/TrendyTechDad. You pay for the Patreon. It's $5 a month and you get access to the Discord. Okay. So, and a lot of people in this live that you're in right now are part of my Discord, so they can tell you if it's worth it or not. So if you guys want to let people know in the chat, I would appreciate you. And if anybody, it's like, again, it's a community of individuals that that want the same things that we do. They want to learn how to 3D print. They need help with 3D printing. They want, ideas. The other things that like I said, we're going to add to the Discord is, so I want to focus on artists. So if you are an artist on MakerWorld, you've got files up there, reach out to me, right? I've already got a couple people that have reached out. I've looked at their files. I'm going to print a couple, right? I'll do a video about the print, and I'll talk about, what's good, what's bad. And then we can talk about it as a group, right? There's going to be exclusive lives that I'm going to do just inside of the Patreon account. That's another cool thing that I can do that I just figured out how to do, right? So the community is huge. It's already like 75 plus strong. I have 118 active Patreon members, paying members right now, as of this moment. And I think that's huge too. Like that means 118 people saw the value in it. And I've had 0 people that have stopped paying, so that have canceled, which I think is great. And that's the way I'd love to keep it. But at the same time, I want to make sure this is a conversation and a community that you guys can tell me exactly what you want to get out of the Patreon, right? And that we're doing something together as a group. And it's not just me talking at the screen. It's not just free files. You know what I mean? All that kind of stuff. It is more than that. So patreon.com/TrendyTechDad. Join there. You'll get an email that'll say join the conversation. Click that. It'll link you to the Patreon account or the Discord. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's my spiel. It's been a long day. So I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. You guys are all saying worth the 5, worth more. I appreciate that. I am going to add more tiers as we go. I don't know what the other tiers are because I'm not looking for just a handout, right? I want this to be something that's impactful for you guys. My wife gave me a number in order for me to do this full time. I'm going to tell you that number and you're probably going to like choke a little bit, but it's $10,000 a month between TikTok, Facebook Reels, Etsy, Patreon. If I can hit 10 grand a month, and I'm not far off, I can do this full time and I don't have to go back to work. Spread the word, share my live, share this with everybody that you think would get value out of it, with the community and all that kind of stuff, so that we can do this together. I can do this full time. I'm not joking. If I could do this full time, I would sit on this camera. I would talk to you guys for 8 hours straight every single day, Monday through Friday. I would do that. But what I really want to do, and this is why I want to get to this point. Okay. Oh, sweet. You've got the Nakatomi Plaza Tower, the Advent calendar. I have it. It's literally right over there in my room. That is my favorite Christmas countdown calendar. Okay. So, what I want to do, right, is I'd like to either have a tier, or there's going to be a set an appointment with me. We'll set up like a Microsoft Teams or a Zoom call, or something that we can video chat one-on-one back and forth. It's got to be an hourly rate. There's got to be you know what I mean? Like there's got to be something, because I've got to be able to book and schedule times for it. But the reality is that I would like to do that. But here's the thing, and this is what what I just kind of showed you in this live. If you were here earlier, is that I am not classically trained in 3D printing, right? I would be good for a consult. Like how would I do this, or what would be the best route? And then maybe I'd find the answer for you, but I want to do more consulting with you guys and try to help you through different projects, because I can't take on the projects and do them all myself and then send them back to you, because I'm only one person. So I figured if I could do another tier where it would I would limit that tier to 10 people only, right? And it would be $30 a month. But you would get everything from tier 1, but you would also get every month, you could get a 30-minute one-on-one with me, right? But you got to think about that. So 30 minutes, 10 people, right? Okay. So that's a good chunk of time that I have to set aside And I might have homework from that. You might have homework from that in order to figure out what the end result is. But that's where I want this to go. That's the length that I want to take this to, so that we can do this together, right? So yeah, that's where I'm at. Sorry, I was reading to see if anybody had commented anything. So anyway, so that's my spiel. So again, patreon.com/TrendyTechDad if you want to join the Discord. Like I said, it's worth it. Anybody who's on it in this chat will tell you it's worth it. Yeah, so, and I want to make sure that you guys know about it. A lot of my videos, I've been trying to repost them with the link on my story, because you can do links in the story side of TikTok. I don't have the P2S. I have the X1 Carbon. I have the P1S. I have the H2S, and I have the H2C. I have a Creality K2 Pro. I have a Creality High Combo, and I have a HueForge Adventurer 5M Pro. So, which by the way, I need to do one more video on shortly. So, what would the Bamboo Lab A1 be good for to add to my printers? What would the Bamboo A1 be good for? Like, you're saying if you were to buy one, what would it be good to add? Like, I mean, the Bamboo Lab A1 is basically a P1S without the enclosure. I mean, it's a bed slinger, so the bed goes back and forth, but the A1's an amazing printer. In fact, I mean, you can add you can now run the AMS off the AMS 1 off of the Bamboo, like the A1, like if you want. So you can use the AMS hub, or at least the AMS buffer. No, do you have to have the buffer on that? I know there's a way to use it. I should probably check on my prints really quick. So anyway, that's the Discord. Again, thank you guys for letting me show you that. And again, I truly appreciate everybody that's been in the Discord, and everyone who is commenting, and everyone who is helping each other out. Thank you for being amazing individuals. Like, I'm only one person, so obviously I'm not going to be on there 24/7. But that's why it's a community. So I truly appreciate you guys. You guys have made it a home, to be honest with you. Like, I was always scared of Discord. Now I love Discord. Discord is, hang on, my wife's asking me a question. All right, so what's the next? Oh, let's go back to my new spinner chain that I just figured out. I have to load up Bamboo one more time because I closed all my windows. Even though it shows it on the screen, it's technically not open, because that's the one that basically that's the one that crashed. All right. So Bamboo. Bamboo, Bamboo, Bamboo. Come on. All right, here we go. Now we are back up and running. Okay, let's go back over here. Let's pull up my spinner chain that I did. Later is fine. Let's go into devices. Let's see where the print is at. Assuming it's on this printer. 38% done. Yeah, nice. So that's looking good already. We're about to switch over, it looks like, to the lettering. Again, I think that 71 in the corner is going to give me a little bit of a fit, so on the edges. But I think it's like I feel like Icarus, like I'm flying too close to the sun sometimes. Good news though, the Grinch hand is going strong on the Creality K2 Pro. Again, this is looking beautiful. The ironing, so it looks like it's doing one of its final layers because it's going to do the ironing settings here soon. I love, like, I could sit here and just stare at my printers for hours. That's the crazy part. I am crazy, that is for sure. Okay, so that one's going strong. Let's check on, I just picked my son for Christmas. That's awesome. Let's check on the H2C. So this is my Ghostbuster trailer hitch cover. Should be just almost to the stem. Yep, perfect. Going strong there. Everything looks great. Let's check on the H2S. That would be the Dr. Doom piece that I'm doing for his skirt. So that one's going strong as well. We're only 8% done with that one. That one's got 21 hours left on it. So that one ain't going to be done for a while. And then we've got the P1S. This is the diorama that I did. If you didn't see earlier, it's a Jack Skellington. So unfortunately his head was decapitated. So not a big deal. But I did print this on the H2C with zero waste. And you can see the detail. Like, even look at the hands. It all came out like just minimal scarring on the bottom here. Like this did a great job. This was my very first multicolor print. That was a action figure style, and I think it turned out phenomenal. Oh yeah, I honestly, like, I just stare at my 3D printers all the time. So this right now that you see in front, like on the screen, that's the base to this model. So that's like the diorama piece. And then it's going to be like I'm going to put it upstairs, like next to my TV, like for Christmas. Or maybe I'll give it away as a raffle. Something. Yeah, so the ironing, so the support settings, yeah, absolutely, I'll show you actually. So the ironing settings for this particular print, what I just did, crap, where am I at? Apparently I can't read. There it is. So I basically just did, so ironing speed was at 20 millimeters per second. And then ironing flow I have set to 15%. That's just a guess. It's kind of a standard that I go with. Not a big deal. You can always adjust that at any time. So don't beat yourself up over ironing settings. Try something. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, try something different. For the support structures though, so when I enable support structures, I always change my top Z distance, which is right here, to 0.275 and my bottom distance to 0.275. It allows for it still to hold on real secure, but not too secure, and they just pop right off usually. It does depend on the filament though. This is not an exact science. Some filaments are different than others. I find these work really good with matte filaments. Silk filaments, you might want to bump it up to a 0.300, so just a straight 0.3, but it's not a perfect science. I have used Fusion 360. I'm not proficient at it. I use it when I need to, and I learn what I need to in those moments, and then I move on. So I have also used Nomad Sculpt on my computer and on my iPad and on I got an Android tablet, a TCL 14-inch tablet that I use it on. Max, I totally get it. Like PLA is your standard, you know, like I just, like for instance, like this right here, this I did in Pet G. And the reason why I did it in Pet G is because this is a Stanley topper and you're supposed to put your chicken nugget, like barbecue sauce in this. But like normally, like I would leave my Stanley in my car, right? So if it's a hot day, PLA would basically warp, Pet G won't. So it can withstand hotter temperatures essentially. Same thing with ABS and ASA. But yeah, so, and actually the other reason why I use Pet G on this was number one, I had the color. Number two, Pet G is a little bit stronger and it also is more moisture resistant. So if you're going to put something like out in like a garden, Pet G is great to like do a lawn gnome with because it's not going to absorb moisture or water as much. Ah, yes, the life size Jack Skellington. I have two different versions of that. I've got the main one and the Christmas version. I feel like that's like a good summer project leading into Halloween. So you gotta plan ahead. My problem is, where would you store it? Like the life size ones, I get it, they're amazing, but where the hell would you store the damn thing year round? Like I look at all these people they have a 12-foot skeleton in their front yard. I'm like, where are they putting this? They got a whole barn just full of like freaking Halloween decorations. Like, oh yeah, how's that print going, Dre? Like I have not printed with the ABS GF. What's the print? Like, what are you using that for? Transparent Pet G? Like what tips are you looking for? I have printed with transparent filaments and glow in the dark filaments. See, that would be obnoxious, Max. Yeah, I have hardened gears in all of my X1 and my P1Ss. I have the hardened gears in there and hardened nozzles in all of them. I have not upgraded anything into like the new ones. I haven't even taken the extruder heads off. I haven't delved in. The minute I have an issue with the H2C, like with the extruder head and all that kind of stuff, like it'll be a project for sure. But I'm game. I'm down. I'm gonna figure it out. So I'm gonna figure it out. Oh, they decorate them for every house. That's hilarious. So here's the deal. I don't mess with settings for my filaments. If I had a translucent Pet G filament, let's say it was Overture or if it was, you know, like I'm literally going to click generic Pet G in the settings. That's it. I do not mess with filament settings at all. Got it. It's probably it's yeah, P1S is back ordered. Man, it's Christmas time. This happens every year. I tell people to pick their P1S up ASAP. Like, you got to do it as soon as possible. Because every year they run a Black Friday deal that runs from Black Friday all the way through Christmas, and they always sell out. Always. And that's why you'll probably see a new printer come out pretty much the exact same time. Because what are they trying to do? They're trying to liquidate stock, right? That's more cash on hand for them. They don't want to have units just sitting in warehouses. They want those units shipped out. It's a good business model. For sure. Guys, I've been doing this. We've been on this live for 2 hours and 24 minutes. And there has consistently been 45 to 50 people in here all the time. That is awesome. Thank you guys. I can't thank you guys enough. Also, thanks for the 68.8 thousand likes on this live. That's amazing. Oh, the combo of it 549 is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Appreciate the right back at you with the heart. Thank you. Appreciate you. Sorry, I'm seeing everything in like a delayed time. So like, so I'm starting to use a smooth plate. The first print has left like an outline that you can see on the other. Wash it with soap and water. Just soap and water. Don't use anything. Don't scrape it. Just soap and water. That would be what I mean. I don't use the smooth plates as often as cause I thought I would want to use a smooth plate. And to be honest with you, I'm not a fan of smooth plates. The only reason why I'm not a fan is because they show too many imperfections. And that like this layer right here, like the textured is like, I like that. I like the way that looks. I don't know why, I do. Like even on like you talk about the spinners, right? Like that texture, I like that texture. I think that gives I think it gives a polished look actually. I would say that's a polished look. Even though it's textured. If that makes any sense at all. It probably doesn't. I'm just... Wash it with warm water. Warm, soapy water. I'm kind of really excited about this this spinner, guys. I'm going to just check and see. We're still on the red, it looks like. Oh, yeah. Getting closer on that final layer, though. That's good. God, I just love when all my prints are going smooth. Like there's no issues with anything. God, it's just perfect. Man, that Grinch hand has turned out great too. I'm glad I did the extra infill because I think that's really going to add a lot of structural stability. Because remember, that hand is actually hanging off the back of like your car. So like, and he's supposed to be holding like a bulb. And I thought it'd be cool if he was like holding a pair of truck nuts, or if he was holding like a middle finger, or yeah, something like, or just holding a bulb would be fine too. That's cool. Just a Christmassy thing. So we don't want to scar any children. Let's see here. Oh, don't jinx it. You're right. I shouldn't jinx it, but I, probably will, unfortunately. 'Cause that's what I do. Jinx stuff. Yeah, actually, I use Elegoo Pet G Rapid. I think I use their Rapid Pet G. I use their black. In fact, that's what's printing. That's what I'm using right now on the H2C. The black that it's printing with right now. That is Elegoo Black Rapid Pet G. Honestly, I just use the standard Pet G settings. Generic Pet G. That's it. Yeah, like the settings side, like again, like everyone always asks me, like, what's your settings for this and what's your settings for that? I use the generic built-in settings. And I wish I knew Blender. Found a cool xenomorph model on Thingiverse, but has a missing layer. That's weird. I can, but at home for 24 hours. Print as soon as I leave. Within 30 minutes, there's a problem. That sucks. I'm sorry. That sucks. I hate when that happens. Yeah, the printer, I'll add the printer to the bottom of the thing here. Just so you go, oh shit. Shoot. Shiitake mushrooms. And pin that to the bottom of the, so the Creality K2 Pro that I have, that's the model I have, just so you guys, you know, can see which model. Nope, cancel that. Goodness. Yeah, the Creality like software is, like I said, it's extremely good. It's detailed. Just wanted to show you the Grinch hand where we're at with it. If the maybe. There it goes. It don't look like much yet, but it will be a Grinch hand. Yeah, the Rapid PLA has been the Rapid Pet G has been fantastic. I basically, like, I bought, in fact, that's what this is right here. Should be. No, this is the Rapid PLA Plus. Yeah, I'm doing the Dr. Doom that I'm doing. I'm pretty much doing the entire thing in this Elegoo Rapid PLA Plus. So, in the gray, the matte finish gray color. I absolutely love it. But my cabinet down here, just so you can see, I'm not a, so it's just the black, but it's the Rapid Pet G. So I have a crap ton of that because I go through a lot of black filament. Yeah, I do. So in fact, so I use a couple of cold plates. I use, so New Maker makes one that I really like. And then I also have, hang on, let me find it. Do. Yeah, right there. Yeah, the Cryo Grip Frostbite plate is the one that I have. I just want to make sure I was able to show you. So I have this one. That one's pinned to the bottom of the screen for you. Both work really good. And I'm all about like trying different, you know, brands and stuff like that. But so this is the Cryo Grip one, right? So again, it's the blue one, Cryo Grip. I like this one a lot. This one's been really good. You can see I've used it a bunch of times, and it doesn't have any marks on it, which I thought was great. And I have never had to use any glue on it. So with this one, so it looks pristine. I mean, there's a little like mark right there from like the last print I did, but it looks pretty dang good. So that one's really good. And then New Maker, New Makers, plural, they have their own version, and that's, I just pinned that one at the bottom. Now that one I have for my H2S. So this is a fairly large build plate comparatively to this one, right? But same exact premise, right? So Don't need to use anything. It's a cold plate, right? So it's good for PLA, PETG, and ABS, which I thought was awesome. Yeah, I've used this one quite a few times, and I like it as well. So still gives a little bit of a textured feel, but it's like a cross between textured and more smooth. Sorry, can't talk today. Yeah, I don't have any Khedive plates. I just honestly, because I've used these ones and they've worked so well, haven't had to buy the Khedive plates. It's one of those like, if I don't have to, why? Yeah, you're talking about this one right here. Yeah, the purple Khedive plate, the double-sided textured PLA cold build plate. It's basically the exact same as this. It's just a different color. That's really all it is. They wanted to set themselves apart. So I like this company because this is the same company that makes the bamboo the Big Tree Tech, the touch screen for my P1S. So I added a touch screen to my P1S. So yeah, so it depends. Like you're gonna find build plates are a lot like cell phone cases. You're gonna find a lot of build plates for the top of the line or the more popular. So a lot of bamboo, a lot of Creality, maybe a little bit of Elegoo. You know what I mean? Like so, if you're like a Flash Forge, or you've got some other 3D printers that are not as popular, it's harder to find cold plates for them. So, and then of course, if you guys are ever interested, that like one of the best, if you have anybody in your life that has an AMS 1 or 2, get yourself a Sunlu AMS heater upgrade. Best, hands down, best investment. Absolutely love mine. It's literally right there behind me. It is like it's literally right there, and it's running right now. By the way, so it's while I'm actually printing, it is running. So it's actually drying filament while you're using it. That's amazing. Yeah, the Creality K1 SE, that's a good printer. Yes, you can add it to the AMS too. Yes. Yep. 100%. It's just literally you remove 2 bolts and you take off the lid and you put that lid on and you put the 2 bolts back. That's it. It installs in a matter of minutes. I just love the fact that you can use it while it's actually running. Like that's the problem with the AMS2 Pro. Like you have to unspool everything and then your printer's down for 12 plus hours. It doesn't make any sense. No sense whatsoever is made. That's why that Sunlu dryer is the best. Like Sunlu outdid themselves with that. Like I absolutely love it. Yeah, it's like the one accessory that like I tell everybody who's got an AMS. First thing I ask them, like, do you have the Sunlu heater? And they're like, well, I have a heater, and I'm like, like I have a drying system. Yeah, but you don't have the Sunlu one, right? You want to make your life like way easier? Get yourself that. It's just idiot proof. Like it's easy to use, and it's convenient. It's all of those things combined. No, P1S is not overkill. I think P1S is perfect kill. That was terrible. That was like a bad dad joke. No, it's. I think you're going down the exact road you need to go down. I think a P1S is amazing. Problem is right now they're back ordered. So if you can get to a micro center and find one, but yeah, unfortunately it will not work with a CFS. They have not made one for the CFS. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It will not. I wish it would. That'd be great. Give it time. They'll make They'll make another one. I mean, if you're gonna upgrade, you might as well go to a P2S. If you want to save the money, I would go with the P1S. So the only reason why I'd go with the P1S is because the price is right. If you're gonna buy a brand new printer and you're upgrading from an A1, I would go directly to a P2S. Oh man, Travis, I'm right there with you, man. I've got one in Michigan, but it's down in Detroit. It's in like the Dearborn area, and it's 4.5 hours away from me. Now my daughter lives down there, but I don't. When I go down, I'm on a mission. You know what I mean? Like I don't have, like I'm gonna have to make it my mission every time though to like stop in and go there. But you know, yeah. Yeah, mine's 4.5 hours away. So, hey, thanks for loving the content. I appreciate you guys. I'm gonna tell you P2S. I don't even have one. I tell you P2S. Again, if the price P1S is amazing, I have two of the P1Ss. But if you're like just getting in, you might as well go to the top. Oh man, you know, like the Micro Center just like it feels like old school. Back when I was a kid, I don't know, it feels like that old school like computer US comp USA comp, is that what it was called? Comp USA. There was like and it was like that's where you go to like buy your computer and buy like your games. It was like something like that. I'm now really dating myself. No, Circuit City is I know what Circuit City is. So, but I'm talking about before Circuit City was a thing. Yes, Comp USA. Thank you, Sparks. I appreciate you. Thanks for solidifying how old I am. I can't tell you how old I feel right now. Very, very old. All right, if you're new, 51 people, join my Patreon, patreon.com/TrendyTechDad. Join the Discord, join the talk, join the community. It's $5 a month. It is amazing. That's my spiel. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. You guys can talk about it in the comments if you want. But if you like 3D printing, it's the place to be. That's what I'll leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. You're 55. I'm 43 going on 44. We're from similar generations. So I'll be 44 in April. I'm an old fart. So am I selling my Elegoo Neptune 4 Pro and I want to get a P1S and seems that they're amazing? Any advice? No, my advice is sell it quickly or buy the printer and then sell it. Just get the printer. The Bamboo printer is amazing. P1S, P2S, X1 Carbon, they're all amazing. We know stuff. We do. We do. We know lots. I mean, everything I'm showing you, everything I'm talking about, all self-taught. Nobody taught me. I dove in one day, I bought a 3D printer, and I said, I'm going to do it. And I bought the Bamboo Lab A1. And then 30 days later, I bought an A1 again. I bought two of them. Because I was like, oh, man, this waiting 13 hours for a single print, I need another one. Yes. Sounds good, ma'am. Or lady, person. Farmers knows a thing or two. Because they've seen a thing or two. We are farmers. Dun, 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 dun. Do you think I can make a investment? Like, you think you can make money? Like, make money off of it? I'll tell you this, and I don't even know that's your question, but that's a good segue. A 3D printer is one of the only things that you can buy. Okay, I'm looking right at you guys, so I'm making eye contact now. So it's on. A 3D printer is the only thing, or not the only thing, but it's one of the only things that I know of that I have been able to buy and immediately start making a profit by selling things and making my money back. So get the money together, but you can make all your money back just by getting on Facebook and texting, putting out a message to all your friends with, a hype chain or whatever it is, and say, hey, if anybody needs anything printed, let me know. People will buy. 28 hours. That's a nice print. Appreciate all the roses, man. Thank you. Person, you, it. I don't want to assume genders here. Here's the deal. If you guys are ever willing to support as well, so if you ever buy anything off TikTok, if you buy it like from the showcase under my like profile, technically I get like a percentage of that. That will help this become a dream. And I say this become a dream if you haven't heard me do my spiel on this. Like, I want to do this full time. Like, that's my goal. Is I want to do this full time, and it's a grind. It's not going to be easy, but I want to do it full time. I recently lost my job. I worked for Verizon Wireless for the last 16 years, and I was one of the 13,000 people that were laid off because they are turning my store into an agent location, which means that an agent for Verizon will come in. They've offered us all jobs, but it's making less money and it's harder work. Seems like a no-brainer that I should look for something different. And my wife is concerned that I can't make a living or the living that we need doing just this. That's where the Patreon comes in. That's where the Discord comes in. That's where my Etsy page comes in. That's where all of this comes in. So I want to do this full time. I want to talk about 3D printing. I want to help people. I want to 3D print cool shit. I want to help people make their dreams come true. You know what I mean? I want to help people with content creation. We just surpassed 100,000 followers on this account on TikTok. Like, I want to be able to talk to people about that, right? Like, I want people to get inspired by that and want to engage, right? And I want people to figure out that, like, this is not as hard as it looks. It's so funny because I've got at least 2 or 3 employees that are not planning on staying with Verizon at all, not moving on to the agent side. And they keep asking me, how do I get famous on TikTok? How do I make money on TikTok? And the minute I tell them how to do it, they're like, oh, that's too much work. Listen, once you get off the ground, once you get through the hard work, it becomes easy work. It becomes more of this, just talking with people. And some people just can't get over that fact. Some people just don't want to set up a camera and start talking to the screen. They're like afraid to do it. And I was like, you know what? If you really wanted to do it, you would do it. Like, I can't do it for you, right? And if you really want to do it, you do have to chase your dreams. You have to go after the things that you want in life. And you have to know that there are people out there that find value, and you have to have more faith in yourself that what you have is valuable. The things you bring to the table are valuable, right? I second guess myself all the time. And I do that because I want to make sure that I'm not just taking someone's money to take their money, right? I want them to be able to get something from it. I need them to feel valued because I know that how I would feel if someone booked an hour appointment with me through Zoom and I wasn't able to truly help them with their project. I would feel kind of bad. I would feel bad taking their money. And I know some people would be like, no, you help me. But like, do they really feel like they could go and recommend me to another person to help them, right? To consult for them? I want to make sure that I show up in a way that they feel supported and that they feel like they've gotten their money's worth. And that's what I want. Yeah, John, I'm right there with you, man. Like I'm not going to be retiring in 2 years, but like I want to do this full time, but I don't want to necessarily just do 3D printing full time. Like I feel like if I don't have a farm, if I don't have a 3D printing farm, you know what I mean? Like you've got to be able to monetize the knowledge, right? You have to be able to figure out how to monetize the teaching side of things. And that's what I want to, like, that's what I'm looking to do. Right. Absolutely. Yes. Everything you just said, Kay, is correct. Is how I feel. Everything. You are picking up what I'm putting down. Customers will always come back to you, and this is why I still work for Verizon Wireless right now, but like I mean I have literally been I've been an assistant, I've been a sales rep, an assistant manager, a senior manager, a general manager, same role by the way. But like so as a manager though, like in their role, you know what I mean? Like my job is not just to sell, it's to help individuals be the best version of themselves in their job and in their role. Right. So I am by extension, I am a coach, right? I'm a leader in that sense. And that like, I want to help coach people to make money on TikTok. I want to be able to help coach people, right? To chase their dreams with 3D printing and figure that out. That's what I want. That's the goal. And that's where the Patreon comes in. So it's patreon.com/TrendyTechDad. Like that's where the Patreon comes in and helps me to make this a full-time gig so that I can continue to help it grow. That's the whole thing. That's awesome, John. I appreciate that. I really do. That makes me feel so good. Like to hear that from people. It's great. It's fantastic. If I can boost your confidence, like I should be able to boost my own confidence, right? It's like an extension. It's one thing I'm not a fan of on the Creality slicers. You have to hold like the control button in order to like get it to move around the screen. Sorry, I just wanted to look at something because I'm really confused on all right, guys, I've got just a few more minutes on here and then I've got to call it a night, unfortunately. Oh yeah, yeah. That's where the bamboo, the big tree tech screen that hooks up. That's where the power goes into. And that's where it's drawing its power and information. I mean, personally, I'd recommend a MacBook, but I know they're expensive. You don't need anything stellar. Anything with you need at least 16 gigs of RAM. On the RAM side, it's about the RAM in my opinion, because Creality and Bamboo, Orca, all these programs. So Max, on the hang on, I don't know if the cord's not going to reach. I have a screen that I added to my P1S. Okay, so my P1S right there. Okay. It's called a Big Tree Tech. If you go to Google, type in Big Tree Tech P1S, okay? Hey, how's it going, Jason? From the UK. Type in Big Tree Tech into a Google search. You're going to find that you can add a touch screen to your P1S, and it is wireless. So this is my Big Tree Tech screen, and it gives me my progress bar. I can turn the lights on. I can load up the filament colors. Come on, you can do it. Focus. Sorry, it's like struggling to focus on it. But anyway, it basically gives your P1S a touchscreen like the X1 Carbon. You have to make sure the firmware, you can't upgrade to the newest firmware when you're using this, but it's wireless. So like right now, I can turn like the light inside my P1S on, but I can also load up a file. I can load up a thumb drive right here into the USB port, and then I can actually load a file. But what's really cool is I can go into here and I can actually, there's like the network settings. So you can actually, you can network multiple printers together. So I could actually, technically I could load up like all of my P1Ss and my X1 Carbon all through Wi-Fi, and I can load them to all of those. So if you're running a print farm, the Big Tree Tech screen is amazing. And again, it just magnetically adheres, and as soon as you hook it up, it charges right through that USB port. Yes, you can change the temperature. You can move the print head. You can load files. You can change the colors of the filament in the AMS unit. If you can do it on the regular screen, you can do it on that. Yeah, I don't know if it will. What's my office chair? It's a TikTok Shop office chair, to be honest with you. That's funny that you asked me that. I have no idea what the brand is. It's very comfortable though. I love it. It like only came in like this one green color, and I liked it a lot. Hang on, I'll find it in my TikTok Shop here. I'll throw it up on the screen so you can see what brand it is. Well, you can buy the H2D through TikTok Shop, so that's good. Why they haven't added the P2S or the H2C or the H2S into Bamboo or into TikTok Shop is beyond me at this point. Not really sure what their holdup is. Well, maybe it's... God, I can't remember when I got it. It had to have been around here. You'd think I would just be able to search for the chair, but nope, I can't search when I'm in a live. I can scroll. I can't search though. Really annoying. No, I think that's sold out. I don't think it's on here anymore. Oh, there it is. It's a Proto Arc EC100 ergonomic office chair. Haha, found it. Boom. Boom, muskrat. Hold, please hold. It's trying to add it. Why are you taking so long? Something went wrong. Really? Come on. Well, here, copy link. Let me see if it'll let me just throw it in the chat here. Actually, all of my printers, well, that's not true. My P1S, my X1 Carbon, my A1s, and my Creality I all got from the TikTok shop. My H2S and my H2C are the only two that I ordered directly, specifically through Bamboo's website. Yeah, the Panda Touch is not that expensive. It's 50 to 60 bucks. It's a good investment in my opinion. Like I said, you may have to back off the firmware a little bit in order to use it. Some of the firmware, like it's only compatible up to a certain firmware at the moment, so until they update theirs. How do you save a project with the picture of your print when recreating from another file? I don't necessarily know exactly what you're asking me. Why don't we hit me up on Discord later, be kind, and you can maybe throw me some photos or something. I think so. I think the P1S is a better value personally. The only thing it has is LiDAR, and it has a touchscreen. I don't need either of those things. You're welcome, be kind. I appreciate you. All right, guys, I gotta call it. It's almost 11 o'clock. I gotta get up for work in the morning. But if you're still here and you like what you saw and you're not officially part of it, please subscribe to my Patreon. It really helps for me to do this full time. And you can get into the Discord. It is worth it. Patreon.com/TrendyTechDad. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you very much for showing up tonight and for being a part of all of this. So, and you guys have an amazing, amazing night.